good to be with you again, coming to you again from the backyard. We're going to talk about waiting today. And we are going to call in my little furry friend to give us a little demonstration. Come here. Y'all remember my friend Titan? Titan's so sweet. He's a good boy and got a haircut today. He looks so handsome. Titan is going to show us what it is to wait. Lay down. I'm going to put these two on your paws, and you don't eat them now. You have to wait. Wait. Nope. Wait. Don't eat it. You have to wait. You can't have it now. You have to wait. You good boy? Wait. Okay. Nobody likes to wait, right? We hate to wait. Waiting is so difficult, especially when there's a treat at the end, right? So we hate to wait. We hate to wait for good stuff. We hate to wait for, it's so hard to wait for Christmas. It's so hard to wait for your birthday to come because you know it's coming. It's hard to wait for cookies when they're baking in the oven. It's hard to wait when you're in school and you're waiting for class to get out and you can't wait to go to recess. You know, it's just so hard to wait. We live in an instant society. You know, we have the internet now where you just click a button on your phone or your iPad or your computer and poof, all this information comes up so quickly. We didn't have that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you had to go to the bookcase and there were these big red books called the Encyclopedia Britannica. And you literally had to look up every single thing you ever wanted to know in these books. And it took forever. Now, poof, it's a click of a switch and you've got all the information in the world. You know what else they didn't have when I was a kid? We didn't have these. Remote control. We actually had to stand up and get off the sofa, walk 10 steps to the television, and change the channel manually. We didn't have these neat little remote controls. And we had 4 stations, 4, 6, 8, and the public broadcasting station. Y'all have 80 stations to choose from, and y'all still can't find anything good on TV. So when I was a little kid, people say, ooh, if you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? And this person wants to fly, and this person wants to have X-ray vision, I always wanted to be able to remote control life. I thought that would be such a cool superpower. I wanted to pause during the really fun times like summer or a birthday party. And I wanted to fast forward through the icky times. Like I didn't like to go to bed at night because I wanted the next day to come. So I wish I could fast forward through the nighttime. Or if something bad was going on in my life, if I was sad or if I was anxious about something, I wanted to fast forward through those times. Yes, I was a strange child. Most children have imaginary friends, and I had a dozen imaginary chickens. This is how weird I was, okay? Anyway, let's get back to waiting. So we don't like to wait. We've established that. But you know what? Waiting is not, what we think of waiting as a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. Waiting is all part of the process. And right now, we're in quarantine, and we're going crazy because we're waiting for this to lift. But waiting is all part of God's process. We focus sometimes so much on the promise, we forget about the process that He wants us to go through to get to the promise. So don't ever think that waiting is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It's all part of the process. Remember not too long ago in Children's Church, we talked about the life of Joseph. And Joseph went through some crazy things before he ended up as being one of the head honchos in all of Egypt. Remember, he got thrown into the pit by his brothers. He was sold to the gypsies. He was sold into slavery in Potiphar's house. Then he ended up in prison for a couple of years. He went through all those things before he finally got to be second in command of all of Egypt. That was a crazy process that Joseph had to go through. But instead of being anxious, we need to remain in peace. The Bible says in Philippians, be anxious for nothing. I'm paraphrasing, but be anxious for nothing, but remain thankful. Okay, so when you find yourself not being a good waiter, when you find yourself being anxious about the wait, Remember his faithfulness in your past, okay? Remember how good he's been to you your whole life and how he's going to continue that. Also, wake up every morning and count your blessings. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focusing on all you do have, and that'll make the wait so much easier. Focus on the good things in your life. Focus on the things that you're thankful for. By the time you get past 2 or 3, you're so thankful, you'll have the peace of God, and you won't worry about that one thing that you don't have yet, or that one thing that you're waiting on. Okay? So kiddos, you stay safe, and I pray peace and happiness and safety and good health to you all until we come together again.